What is up, guys? Welcome back to Life on the Wrist. Hope you guys are doing well today. We're going to be looking at the Audemars Piguet Code 1159 Self-Winding Flying Tourbillon Chronograph that AP released fairly recently. This is an interesting development within the Code 1159 kind of line that Audemars Piguet released within the last couple of years. I know that there's been some polarizing watches that people have either loved or hated, but I think this Flying Tourbillon Chronograph is kind of takes the Code 1159 line and really steps forward with it. And so we're going to be giving you some information about this watch. I'm going to say at the beginning of this video, I do not have this watch in my possession, so if you are looking for a hands-on look at this watch where I flip the perspective so that you can see this watch, I do not have it. So please do not hate on me. I'm giving you some information about this watch that I was able to research and kind of bringing to light some of the things that I really like about it and perhaps don't like about it. So I've said it. If you don't want that type of video, you can click off now. The Code 1159 was obviously a line of watches that Audemars Piguet released to try and diversify some of the watches that they create. You know, they are known for being the Royal Oak. The Royal Oak is Audemars Piguet, and there really isn't much else that they create. That's what a lot of watch enthusiasts kind of think. But this Code 1159 really shook things up, and it gave Audemars Piguet a different kind of style to use. And like I said, there was some controversy about it. You know, people said, you are the Royal Oak, you should remain within your wheelhouse and make things that are similar to that. I personally was at first taken aback by something so different from Audemars Piguet, but then I realized that this is what Audemars Piguet should be doing. They should be innovating and trying to come up with new designs, and this is definitely one of them. So just a little history with Audemars Piguet. They really are not known for creating a lot of Flying Tourbillon chronographs. It's not something that they do very, very often, and in fact it's fairly, I think the first one was released in 2002 or 2003, and so it's not something that they produce very, very often. And so it was nice to see them trying to use something that they're fairly new to in this new line. I think what's notable about this watch is that when you look at this watch, it's obviously got very high-end finishing and polishing to each part of the movement, and there really is no dial to this watch. It is skeletonized, and I believe for this piece they actually, as opposed to taking a piece and puncturing out some of the skeletonized designs that they want, they actually created these in molds, which I think is a lot harder to do. So like I said, when you look at this watch, you see a skeletonized dial, which is really high-end polishing. You got this really dark blue, nice outer ring with your chronograph tracker, and then you have this tourbillon at 6 o'clock. You have a 30-minute counter at 9 o'clock and a 12-hour counter at 3 o'clock. It's a fairly different when you compare it to something like the Royal Oak. It's very, very different looking, and so it's not something you're going to see very, very, very often, but definitely has the aesthetics of that Code 1159 case design and feel. The case itself is in white gold, and it's 41 millimeters in diameter with a 30-meter water resistance. The movement that they actually use in this is something that's fairly revolutionary. Previously, the Code 1159 used the caliber 2950, which was a hand-wound movement, but Audemars Piguet obviously decided to create a self-winding movement, which the movement now has a rotor, and that is the 2952. So now you have a rotor that can power this watch, as opposed to having you have to wind the crown in order to deliver power to this watch. And so the chronograph itself is obviously within this caliber 2952. It's actually a flyback chronograph, so you're able to reset the chronograph and have it continue to run consistently. The watch itself has a 65-hour power reserve, so you're going to get a lot of life out of this, especially if you're wearing it consistently and your movements are winding the rotor of this watch. If you look at the case itself, I really like the polishing. You can see this brushed kind of middle layer of this piece, which gives the case itself a little bit of depth, which I really like. And so my real thoughts about this watch is there's a lot more than the eye can see with this watch. One, with the way the case is finished. Two, with the way that the movement parts are finished, and that's something that I really like. I think it comes on a blue leather strap, which is really nice, and I think it's limited to like 50 pieces. So this is going to be for Audemars Piguet's probably top clients when you really think about it. 50 pieces are going to go pretty quickly for Audemars Piguet enthusiasts, but it's a very expensive piece. 240,000 euros, or actually no, I think that's Swiss francs. 240,000 Swiss francs. So a relatively expensive piece. I personally really like it. It reminds me of a sportier watch, and this is what I think is really cool. Is this is a very high-end watchmaking piece that has a sporty feel to it. And what I really like as well is this is a different type of sporty. The Audemars Piguet Royal Oak is obviously a very sporty piece. It's got that a porthole effect that a lot of watch companies are now taking on as their staples. You can think of watches like the Bell & Ross BR05, the Piaget Polo S. There are many watches that have been released that have that Royal Oak feel to it, but this watch is sporty in a different way. And I think that's really cool. It reminds me more of the sportiness of like a Tanqueray Carrera or like a Rolex Daytona. And those different sporty feels, it's really incredible that Audemars Piguet can do both of them. My only gripe with this watch is that I wish it wasn't I wish it wasn't a limited edition. I think this is a watch that would really sell very well. Even if you took out the tourbillon from it and you could drop the price point because it's not as complicated, people would buy this. I really think people would buy this. So I wish it wasn't limited edition. That was the only thing that I would change. But for something so special as a very rare tourbillon self-winding chronograph that Audemars Piguet doesn't really do very often, I think it helped them kind of create some hype around this watch, and rarity for sure. So on the secondhand market, if these ever really come up, expect them to go for quite a bit more than what is the retail value of them. But I think this shows, this is why I think Code 1159 really was a very important step for Audemars Piguet to take, because it shows that they can do two different things, but also have two different definitions of what a sporty watch should look like. So kudos to Audemars Piguet for creating this watch. It's going to be cool to see what they create from this. If you did not do it in the beginning of the video, be sure to hit that like button for us. It really does help us out. If you like this watch, let me know in the comment section below what you think about this release from Audemars Piguet. I'd love to have a conversation with you about your thoughts on this. I know the Code 1159 line is a very either love or hate lineup of watches, so let me know what you think in the comment section below. And also, if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn those notifications on so you're notified when we do upload. And with that said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time.